All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. Right, this brother Obadiah with New Wine Congregation. We sit right. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shimi Yahweh Shai. Right, Yahweh is the true name of who the world calls God. Right, and Yahweh Shai is the true name of who the world calls Jesus Christ. And this lesson I'm gonna touch on, you see the title is called America Without Black and Hispanics. Now, the reason why I want to make this video is because everybody know what's going on with Trump trying to get the immigrants out the country, and everybody know what's going on. If you don't, you have to do your research, pay more attention to what's going on around the world, man. So that's going on right now with our Northern Kingdom, right, brothers and sisters, the Hispanics, the Israelites according to the Bible. So I just decided to do a video because you hear a lot of people. We got to get the legal immigrants out. Like I seen a dude, he went to a Trump rally and he was going to interviewing Trump supporters. He like, if you was the president, what's the first thing you would do when you was in office? Get all the legal immigrants out. Get all the legal immigrants out. We have to get all these immigrants out. Get all these Mexicans out. Make America great again. This is our country. You know what I'm saying? That's how the proud Trump supporter be. But do they really understand what they saying? Like, do they truly understand when they say get the legal immigrants out? A lot of these legal immigrants, this is their land, right? America don't belong to these Europeans. This is not their land. So how are you going to tell the people that founded this land, their ancestors founded this land, you're gonna tell them they are legal immigrants to this land? No, this is their land. They should be telling you to get out their land. Simple as that. So a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these so-called legal immigrants, they doing all the labor, the work that you don't even want to do and you can't do. I got 3 videos I'm gonna pull up, and I got some not articles, but some information I just want to pull up. So it's gonna really be a video with videos I'm gonna look up, and I'm gonna have a little knowledge going into what I'm saying, backing up what the video is saying as well. So, but yeah, people are always saying to get rid of these immigrants, or you know what I'm saying. People always got something to say. When I say people, it's really the so-called white people. They always got something to say about the Mexicans. They taking all the jobs. Right, the Mexicans, they're taking all the jobs and they need to go back to where they come from. How would this country be without Hispanics? How would America look right now if all the Hispanics, if all the Hispanics, the Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemalans, if all of them, right, we all just left, and the so-called black people, the so-called African Americans, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, the Trinidad, all the islanders. Just say all the people that was here in America, the so-called blacks, the Hispanics, also the Native Indians. If they just left America or they never ever came to America, how would this country look without black and Hispanic people here in this country, bro? This is what people fail to think about, man. They always saying about, they say the same thing about us. If you don't like it here, go back to Africa. This is not your land, though. You can't tell me that. I should be telling you to go back to the caves, because that's where you come from. You shouldn't be telling the blacks or Hispanics to go anywhere. We should team up and tell you, or matter of fact, kick you out the land. You see what I'm saying? But this is our land, right? So I'm gonna just look up. I got a couple of videos. I keep saying article, but some research on Google. I'm gonna just type in some stuff, and I got some scriptures to go into basically how we're the chosen people, right? And this country will not even be the country it is right now. It won't even prosper. You know how much money this country will lose if black and Hispanics, all the black and Hispanics got up and left this country, right? It's the same white people that were telling us to leave the country. They will be the ones that try to come back and bring us back here once they realize how this country look without us. Even, y'all can have the Chinese, y'all can keep the Chinese people here. Y'all can keep the Japanese people here and the Arab people here. Y'all can keep them here with y'all. End of the day, they gonna be the same way. They gonna be trying to come back and get us. Why? Because we make them money. We the main people that go into these stores, these hair stores and these gas stations, right? And making them money. So this country will crumble, fall without Black and Hispanic people. So let me get the first video I'm gonna touch on real quick. Cause everybody, these Caucasians, but they in an uproar. And Trump, get the illegal immigrants out the land, right? Get them out the land. They gotta go. They gotta get up out of here, man. Right? They making this country bad. They don't have what they call a green card. They're taking all the jobs. Everywhere you look, it's a Hispanic on the roof. As they got a roofing business. And they doing this, they doing that. We need to get them up out of here, man. Right? They taking everything from us. Check this out. Let me get the video real quick. Matter of fact, select me on. I ain't even share my screen yet. All right. The thing is called "What Will U.S. Farmers Do Without Immigrants?" So they telling you out their mouth. They telling you out their mouth how it would be, especially on the farm. Yeah, speaking up on the farm, our Northern Kingdom Hispanics, Mexicans, we always see them, especially down here in the South. They be packed in a big old school bus, like the top of the roof of the school bus be gone, but they be finna go to the fields and work. They make sure the fields are getting the fields right. They doing that work. They doing that hard work that the so-called white people can't do. And even with us, I always see, every time I look and see riding around, when it's some work doing, like especially during the time of the summer when it be real hot, the main people that's outside doing that work is the so-called, I see the Hispanics and I see the Black people working, and the white man, he be the one that's just standing up. He be like the boss, right? Or he be on the little tractor, just riding around while the Black and Hispanics are out there actually doing the hard labor. Why? Because our bodies are built for it. And you're gonna see in this video that the dude gonna say that they tried to do the work when the immigrants left, when they got I think this is when Trump first got in office 7 years ago. When a lot of the immigrants left, they tried to do the work on their own, and they couldn't even do it, right? Because their bodies wasn't made for it, right? Their bodies wasn't made for that, man, because we're the chosen people. Let me get that scripture real quick before I start. Well, people will know this is in the Bible, that we're the chosen people. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Right? So these are the Israelites, man. We're the chosen people. We're the greatest people on the face of the earth. America wouldn't be how it be right now without us. So let me play this video real quick, man. Fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I do not own this video. Fair use. Al Jazeera. This is Al Jazeera English video. I do not own this. This is for educational purposes only. Let's get it.
In Alabama, farming is more than just a way of life. It's the state's #1 industry, and until recent years relied heavily on immigrant workers. But 6 years ago, Alabama introduced the country's harshest anti-illegal immigration law, and undocumented workers left in droves.
They really didn't like it, especially the ones that had a big crop in the field and they lost all their workers.
Third-generation farmer Scott Benton says the effect on farming was devastating.
Pretty bad that year. Like I said, a lot of people left, and all the workers left, and people were I already had the crops out there ready to harvest, so they didn't have anybody to pick them. So a lot of farms lost their whole crop and went out of business because they lost all the money.
So a lot when a lot of these Mexicans that a lot of people want out the country, when they did leave, a lot of these farmers went out of business. A lot of these farmers went out of business because they couldn't do it. They didn't have nobody to do it. So imagine all of Hispanics, all Mexicans just leave the country. Who gonna be doing this work? How they gonna make money? How people gonna eat if they leave? If y'all get all the immigrants out the country, illegal whatever, right? Because the legal ones are the main ones that's doing the hard work, right?
The wide sweeping law made it illegal to hire or house undocumented workers, and even Hispanic school children were targeted by the authorities. Aware of the need for agricultural workers, Jerry Spencer turned to unemployed Americans, but says after 2 weeks, most couldn't cope.
The farmer says, start over here and end over here. And that was the extent of their instructions. With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate. And in addition to the fact that their bodies just were not built for it.
Within weeks of being
he didn't want to say it. He didn't want to say it, but he had to tell. He didn't want to tell the truth. He didn't want to say that. Well, my people, they weak, right? They're not as strong as the Mexicans. They're not as strong as the so-called blacks. He knew. Let me get that back. Let me run it back.
With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate.
He's saying the American workers. These were Caucasians in the field. They try to do it themselves. Because even so-called black people, we could do that, right? A lot of us, you really don't, especially back in the day, you used to see a lot of us so-called African Americans in the fields and doing the construction work. You still see it, but you don't really see it as much like that. You see what I'm saying? Because you start to see a lot of so-called Mexican brothers and sisters doing those jobs now. But back then, a lot of they used to hire us, so-called African Americans, to do that work that they didn't want to do. But now it's now they hiring our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, because the sisters they be in the fields too. I done seen construction work done. The Mexican sister on the roof with them, with the men, with the nail gun, pop, 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 on the roof, putting the shingles up. So it's like they understand that we are built for this. They understand they not built for this.
With the American workers, they all had to be taught instructions. End over here. And that was the extent of their instructions. With the American workers, they all had to be taught all this and separate. And in addition to the fact that their bodies just were not built for it.
Within weeks of being enacted, the law faced legal challenges from the federal government and local businesses, who say it cost Alabama billions in lost income and taxes. Some of the thousands of Latinos who fled the state have begun to return.
There you go. You have a blessed day, okay?
All right.
But for many business owners, the law has left a bitter taste.
You have to have a plan set up for that to take place. It's no different than the bills, healthcare bill and stuff like that. Nothing can be replaced unless you really have a long set up process for the next thing to take hold. You can't just say, hey, I'm going to get rid of these people and then look at the farmers that are left without workers.
For a brief period, Alabama's anti-immigration law was the harshest and most far-reaching in the country. But even here, in a state that President Trump won easily, it proved deeply unpopular. In the 6 years since this law was put into place, it's become fairly clear that agriculture, businesses, and even church services have been impacted. So if there is a lesson to be learnt here in Alabama, it's that these kinds of laws aren't just hard to put into place, they're also hard to enforce without affecting the wider community. Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera, Clanton, Alabama.
So he even just said it, man. That played a big effect on the so-called white community, man, because they need Hispanics to do that work, because they're not finna get out there to do that work. They're not finna get on that roof, especially in the summertime. Man, they not finna get on that roof, right? And get on that roof and put them shingles up. They're not finna build go in the fields, like I said, or they're not finna do that hard labor that our Hispanic brothers do with ease. Let me show, because the Bible said that you're not finna outwork no Hispanic, right? You're not finna outwork no Mexicans, bro. You're not. You're not. Why? Why is that? Let me show you. Because the Bible already told you about our Hispanic brothers and sisters. You're not finna outwork them, bro. The hardest workers in the country, and you trying to get them out the country. But everything of the Lord, though, because if you get them out the country, you finna see this country collapse. You try to get our people, the so-called African Americans, out the country, you're gonna see this country collapse. And I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna bring up information and all that. So when you get the book of Genesis, 49 to verse 14, Issachar. Now, Issachar are the Mexicans, right? You got the 12 tribes of Israel. The Mexicans are part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Their God-given name is Issachar. It says Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. So the Bible said Issachar is a strong ass, like a strong, a donkey is very, very strong, man. The Bible is basically saying these people right here are strong, bro. They gonna do the work that nobody else gonna want to do. People saying they're taking all the jobs, but they don't even want to do them jobs that the Hispanics doing, that the Mexicans doing. So why are you even worried about talking about them coming over here taking the jobs when you not finna get on that roof? You're not finna go in the fields and pick the tobacco and watermelons. You just not finna do that. You're not finna get on top of that big old skyscraper, right? And you're not finna do that. Right now, when you go back to let's look up something real quick. So just imagine this country, not even mentioning the sports, right? You got I don't really watch too much baseball like that or soccer, but we know that our Hispanic brothers and sisters are taking over MLB and also taking over soccer. Just imagine soccer without Hispanics, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, all that. Just imagine baseball is getting taken over right now by the Dominicans. A lot of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans are taking over baseball. I know that for a fact. I might not watch it, but I know that for a fact. A lot of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and a lot of our people, Southern Kingdom, a lot of our brothers from the islands are taking over baseball. Imagine the MLB without Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, just Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. Just imagine baseball without them. And so-called African Americans. How would that look? How would that be? Would they still make a lot of money like they making now in the MLB and soccer if our Hispanic brothers and sisters wasn't doing those things, playing those sports, making them money? Would these houses have these shingles and stuff in the fit, and we have food like that getting picked if our Mexican brothers and sisters wasn't doing those hard jobs that so-called Caucasians don't want to do? How would this country still be ran? How would it look? Check this out. What was that article or picture? This was some whites. Hold up. And where it's at, man. There ain't no whites. trying to pull it up. I got it on my phone. Who out there in the field? Who out there in the field, man? I'm talking about out there in the field. I don't know why. I don't want to come up on the TV on the screen. So hold on. Let me show y'all what they say. Cause they're trying to hide. They don't want to bring it up on the screen. Hold up. I don't know if y'all can see this. Can y'all see that? According to I can't even read it like that. Valuable data. Labor is typically referred to individuals employed in construction-related roles like construction laborers, where a significant portion of the workforce is often Hispanic or Latino, meaning they are overrepresented in this category compared to other occupations. However, this can vary depending on the specific region and industry. So we know you can go anywhere, bro. Look, you can go anywhere. You can go anywhere, and you're gonna see Hispanics. I went to Texas not too long ago, bro. It's like, dang, the same thing they doing up here is the same thing they doing up there in Texas or down there in Texas, right? They are doing the hard labor. They are doing the work that nobody don't want to do, right? You have the so-called white people. They are doing the office work, right? They're in there with the suits and ties on and things like that. You know, they doing that work like that. But the black and Hispanics are out there sweating, right? Like I said, a lot of times down here in the South, you ride by, you may see some construction stuff getting did or some buildings getting built. The two main people you're gonna see out there are that's doing the work are the so-called African Americans and the so-called Hispanics. Those are the main people you're gonna be out there that you're gonna see doing that work, bro. That's the main people you're gonna see out there doing that work. If you're not gonna see so-called African Americans, you know for a fact you're gonna see the Mexicans out there doing that work. So how would this country look without Mexicans? If all, I want y'all to just picture what I'm saying. And I ain't even saying blacks right now, because I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But just imagine if I'm talking about all the Hispanics left America right now, all of them packed their bags up and left America. How would this country look in a month? How would this country? I'm talking about, ain't no more Mexican food, Mexican restaurants. Ain't no more no tacos. Ain't white folks, especially down here, they love going to Mexican restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant where I stay at. Majority of so-called white people being there eating the food. They love Mexican food. Now I love Mexican food too, but the point is when you have a lot of people that's always talking against Mexicans and saying no, the legal immigrants, because a lot of these folks down here Trump supporters, the legal immigrants got to get them out the land. They're taking all the jobs, but you be the main ones in their restaurant eating their food, right? So it's like the Mexican food gonna be gone. The Mexican, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of I don't really know too much about Mexican or Hispanic music or artists, but it's some big Mexican artists, right? Just imagine they leave, right? They part of the hip hop industry, right? Music industry. Just imagine if they leave as well too, right? No more going to see no concerts with Mexicans, right? Mexican brothers and sisters concerts. Ain't no more of that, right? Ain't no more people getting on the roof like that and putting shingles up and doing that hard work, because they all gonna be gone. So who gonna do what they do now? I'm not just trying to put the Hispanics or Mexicans just in the category with labor, because a lot of our Mexicans are smart, right? A lot of our Hispanics are very, very smart. A lot of these inventions that were invented were by Black and Hispanic people, right? So our people are very, very intelligent. So that's why he was saying in that video, you really didn't have to tell a Mexican Mexican brother or sister what to do when they came to the fields and things like that. They already knew what to do. But it was like the Americans, you kind of had to show them, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. But their body and stuff wasn't made for that type of heat. So it was like they didn't know how to do it. So imagine if Hispanics left. No more sports, right? No more soccer. No more watching soccer like that. It's gonna be dry, right? No more watching baseball like that. The Dominicans and Puerto Ricans gonna be Cubans. All the Cubans, they gonna be out of here. Ain't no more of that. Watching baseball like that, it's gonna be dry, right? So it's like, this is what we got to think about when people are saying these things. They really don't want the Hispanics out. They don't really know what they're saying. You don't really want the Mexicans out of this country. Well, what are you gonna do without them, right? So now let's touch on so-called black people, right? Because people say the same thing. They be wanting us out this country, right? If you got a problem, leave the country, leave, right? Get out. But they don't really understand what they saying either. So when you get this, right? I'm play one more video. I say one more video, but I might play another one. Check this out. How would this country be without if so-called black people left, and if they never was here as slaves? Would all the stuff be built that's built now from free labor? Share my all praise to the Most High. I gotta share my screen. I gotta get used to StreamYard. Share my screen. There you go. All right, so called The Roots. All right, here goes. First video. Fair use. This is for educational purposes only. This video is from The Root. I do not own this video. It's for educational purposes only. So the sister finna basically go into say unpaid black labor built the United States. So a lot of these things, these inventions that you actually see that people use in today's time were actually invented by so-called black people. A lot of times we didn't get the credit for it, right? It was stolen from us, right, by the so-called white man and woman, right? And they took credit for it. So I just want to touch on this video too to show how would this country look, how would this country be without so-called black people. Let's get it.
So there's some people out there getting upset whenever we say black labor built this country, but we're not making anything up, guys. These are facts, and we're about to present you with the historical receipts. In case you missed it, this is what we mean when we say we built this. Here's a quick history lesson for y'all. The first slaves were brought to the U.S. in 1619. Their job was simple: to make white settlers money. Slaves grew tobacco, rice, and indigo on the plantations of the southern coast. Now, fast forward to the late 18th century, cotton was king, and the U.S. was making stacks of cash on it, especially with all that free labor. Over 600 million, or just about half of the country's economic...
Yeah, you gotta think about how much money they actually made, bro. Like, you don't even have to, you're not even paying workers. Like, you're getting benefited from this stuff that they doing, but you don't even have to pay them. So imagine how much money they were making when they don't even have to pay their workers, bro. How much money they was keeping to themselves.
Activity in 1836 came directly or indirectly from cotton. Cotton-producing slaves were just 6% of the population, but created almost half of 1 year's economic activity. We spoke with Professor Edward Baptist, the author of The Half Has Never Been Told.
That 6% figure is specifically the enslaved Africans and African Americans who were in the cotton producing regions. We're looking at like South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana.
Talk about being critical to a nation's economy.
I guess you can imagine some sort of science fiction world where this didn't happen. But this is what did happen. Slave labor built the U.S. Sort of science.
Talk about being critical to a nation's economy.
I guess you can imagine some sort of science fiction world where this didn't happen. But this is what did happen. Slave labor built the U.S.
And their contribution. Talk about being critical to a nation's economy.
I guess you can imagine some sort of science fiction world where this didn't happen. But this is what did happen. Slave labor built the U.S.
And their contributions weren't limited to the South. A little bit north in D.C., there's the White House. We built that.
I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
If you doubt our forever First Lady's words, the White House Historical Association spells it out pretty plainly. Planners turned to African Americans, both enslaved and free, to provide the bulk of the labor that built the White House, the United States Capitol, and other early government buildings. This country's financial center, we built that too. Wall Street earned its name because enslaved Africans built a wall to protect Dutch settlers from raids in 1653. This wall ran from river to river. Slaves built the roads, the docks, and most of the big-time buildings in the area that would soon become New York City. And railroads, slaves did that. North America's 4 major rail networks all own lines that were built and operated with slave labor. Before the Civil War, nearly every rail line east of the Mississippi River and south of the Mason-Dixon line was constructed or run at least partly by slaves. You know what else we built? What about that great American music genre? Yes, rock and roll. We built that too. And blues, and jazz, and hip hop, and pop. America's favorite snack food, that was a black guy behind the potato chip. The ironing board, a sister. America's favorite snack food, that was a black guy.
Yep. And he don't these two look like Hispanics? Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of Mexicans and so-called black people in the same cotton fields. Understand that we went through the same similar things, right? So a lot of times, a lot of people always say, well, you have black people go through slavery, but a lot of times our Hispanic brothers and sisters were in the cotton fields just like us, but it really gets taught about. Look at these two. These are Mexican brothers and sisters, man. Look at them. And he invented, it's in 1853.
And jazz, and hip hop, and pop. America's favorite snack food, that was a black guy behind the potato chip. The ironing board, a sister. The traffic light, yep, he was black. The super soaker, that was a dude named Lonnie. He's black too. And the person who invented the technology responsible for the caller ID and call waiting, her name is Dr. Shirley Jackson. And yes, she's black. Clearly, there isn't enough time to go through all the ways black people have built this country. They're vast. Don't get it twisted. Native American and many immigrant communities have made tremendous contributions to the infrastructure, identity, and imagination.
That's the spirit. I ain't even watched this video fully, but that's the spirit. I was thinking that.
They're vast. Don't get it twisted. Native American and many immigrant communities have made tremendous contributions to the infrastructure, identity, and imagination of the U.S. as well. So when we say we built this country, we actually mean it.
What's up? I'm PJ with The Root. We want to bring you more series and videos like this.
Facts. We built this country. Stop playing. We built this country. Everybody want to talk about rock and roll was started by white. No. The blues, all that soul music was started by our people. Country music was started by so-called black people. So like it. Give me a second real quick. Yeah, but country music, y'all can look this up, my bad. Country music was invented by so-called black people. We started all this, man. Yeah, y'all don't own country music. I mean, people got mad at Beyonce for making a country album, or bro that came out with that Old Town Road song. And then it's a lot of more black country singers, and you have white people getting mad saying, y'all should have stayed over there with rap. This country music is our music. No, it's not. Country music is our music. We started all this type music. Understand this. America literally wouldn't be America without us here, right? It wouldn't. It would not. So when you look into some stuff, right? Now, I think those was the only 2 videos that I had. Let me see. Yeah. So when you actually look and think about this, right? Let me go back to let me go back to all right, so when you go into, and I actually have some stuff I just want to look up, man. On my phone, I'm gonna pull up on the laptop. And we invented a lot of stuff. If you go to the internet and type in Black Inventions List, and you go to Google and you read all those inventions that our people invented, it's a lot of inventions that you don't even know that our people actually made and a lot of stuff we use today in today's time was created by our people, bro. So when you actually go now, I want to look up something. Going if we talking about let me look up something real quick. Let's go to Google. Let's look up something. Cause what genre of people take over hip hop? Like what people? It say hip hop is a cultural movement and genre of music that originated in New York City in the 1970s, right? So we understand that hip hop was created in 1970s in New York. What people are the face of hip hop? Everybody know this answer, bro. Like it ain't no, you know what I'm saying, no question. What people make up hip hop? So-called black people. Even in Harlem, you had Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, doing the hip hop thing too, right? You got a lot of our Hispanics that were, especially during the 1980s, 1990s, come up with the rap music, hip hop vibe, right? We are the face of hip hop. Understand that. So-called black and Hispanic people, we are the face of hip hop. Imagine if it wasn't no NWA. Imagine if it wasn't no Snoop Dogg, it wasn't no Tupac, it wasn't no Nas, it wasn't no Biggie. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no none of them. Right? We are the face of hip hop, right? Everybody know that. If it wouldn't be no hip hop if it wasn't for no so-called black people. It wouldn't be no rap music. You know what I'm saying? No country music, none of that. If it wasn't for so-called black people. Now, I'm finna look up something, right? I'm finna show you something. Let's look at how much the hip-hop industry worth. Let's see how much the hip-hop industry worth, bro. It say the hip-hop industry is worth billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Then we jump down, the hip-hop industry generated $15.9 billion in revenue from music sales and streaming. So this is a $1 billion company. Hip-hop alone is a $1 billion company. So who run hip-hop? The Jewish man. Right? White people are over these labels that our people signed to. If so-called black people left America right now, would they still benefit and make money off hip-hop? If all these rappers that you know right now, and even the old school rappers, we left America right now, would hip-hop still make money? No. They will be broke. They will beg us to come back. They will try to drag us back and bring us in slavery over here again after they just kicked us out the country. They wouldn't make no money, bro, without so-called black people here in this country, man. We giving them billions of dollars, right? And they making all the money from our artists, from the brothers and sisters. We making crumbs compared to what they getting, and we the ones making the music. Now let's look up something. The NFL. What people runs the NFL, right? What people are the face of the NFL? When you think of the NFL, the athletes, the quarterbacks, the running backs, the receivers, right? The DNs, the cornerbacks, the safeties. What people make up majority of the NFL? I remember it was a discussion going on about who would win in the football game versus the whites versus the blacks. I'm like, bro, that's not even a question. That's not even a question. So you telling me that's a question to ask out of who would win during a NFL game versus the whites and the blacks? Are you kidding me? That's insane. That's a bugged out type question, right? Especially when our people are taking over the league. Who is watching the NFL without so-called black people in it? Black people are the ones that make the game entertaining when it comes to the catches, the bro. I'm finna go to something right now. I'm finna show y'all something, I did not look this up. But when it comes to the celebration dances after the touchdowns, when it comes to the top plays, right, of making best catches, best runs, who are the face of those things? Who makes the NFL entertaining and fun? Us. Now I'm finna show y'all something, bro. Finna show y'all something. Let's see who make up majority of these plays. I'm not finna get a long. I don't want to watch a long one. But out of majority of these top plays, I'm gonna do top 10 or top. Who are finna make up? If I can find a short video. Or I might could play. I'll do 2020, 2024. I want to find a short one. All right, let's look at this. Every team's best plays of the regular season. I might not play the whole thing, right? But I'm just gonna show y'all. It's gonna show. I'm doing this for a reason of showing you the face of the NFL are our people. Just imagine. Now that thumbnail right here. I don't know if y'all seen that play that Saquon Barkley did, but he hurted him. He hurted a man backwards. What other nation you know that's doing that? Understand this. People talk about Tom Brady and things like that as one of the best football players of all time. Would Tom Brady be Tom Brady? Of course, I ain't gonna even get too deep in his career. Would Tom Brady be Tom Brady if he didn't have if so-called black people wasn't in the league? He wasn't throwing to him. The receivers are so-called black people, right? The running back is so-called black, right? The safeties and the cornerbacks, the linebackers, majority of the time are so-called black. So would Tom Brady be Tom Brady if anybody, even people say Tom Brady the greatest of all time? Would anybody watch football if black people wasn't playing in the league no more? Even if Tom Brady, if you say Tom Brady the greatest player, would you still watch the NFL if black people wasn't playing? That's a question. Would the NFL be the NFL if so-called black people wasn't playing in it? Now, fair use. This for educational purposes only. I don't own this video. This is the NFL video. Fair use. Let's get it. Let's see how many players of our people be on these regular every team's best play of the regular season 3 weeks ago. Let's see. Now, I ain't gonna play this whole thing, but just right now, we about to be 2 minutes in here. Only one highlight of one Caucasian was on this video right here. Now, I ain't gonna play too much more of it, but I want y'all to just pay attention to how many African Americans are on the field right now. On any highlight, pay attention to how many African Americans be on the field compared to anybody else. And just imagine if all these people wasn't here. All these people left the NFL and went out of America. Just eliminate all these African Americans that you see on the field right here. I remember I was watching the game. I was watching NFL game highlights. I'm like, dang, all these people. You telling me it's a lot of, it's only like 2 or 3 so-called white people on the field. All the rest of them are people. It's proof that we're the chosen people. Deuteronomy 7:6 is proof. Even when you watch sports, all these people on both ends of the ball, on both teams, a majority of them are our people. Now, y'all think if we wasn't here, you think it'd be spins and moves going on like he just did? I'm trying to find that play with Saquon Barkley, bro. But all these are people, bro. Majority of these players are people. Where is that play with Saquon Barkley? Is it on here? This is where I think it is. I think this is it right here. Is it right here? Yep. Check this out. Did y'all just see that? We made the NFL entertaining, bro. We made the NFL entertaining. Nobody, and I don't think nobody would deny this. Nobody would watch the NFL if it wasn't playing. It'd be boring. It'd be boring. Now, I pulled this up just so I can show you this. Even college football, even college basketball, it's the same thing. The National Football League is worth billions of dollars. It's worth billions of dollars, man. The Cowboys is valued at $11 billion. Los Angeles Rams at $8 billion. New England Patriots at $7.9 billion. So it's like, would they make this money? Would they be making all this bread if we wasn't playing in the league? Would America would the fans be happy? Would they be making would they be selling all these tickets if we wasn't playing in the NFL? No. They need us to make money. They need us. They need us more than we need them. They want us to think that we need them. No, y'all actually need us. Y'all won't be nothing without us. This country won't be nothing without us. How much is the NBA worth? We already know who's taking over the NBA. We already know. The National Basketball Association is worth $138 billion, which each of its 30 teams worth an average of $4.6 billion. The NBA's most valuable teams are the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, would the NBA be the NBA without so-called black people? No, I'm talking about, will anybody watch the NBA? No LeBron James, no Steph Curry, right? No Anthony Edwards, no Giannis, no Kevin Durant, no Trae Young, no what bro name is Lonzo Ball, no LaMelo Ball. No, none of these players that people want to watch. No more Damian Lillard. I'm talking about no more, none of these players, no more Devin Book, right? I'm talking about, would people still watch the NBA? No more crossover, Kyrie Irving with the crazy crossover. Steph Curry with the impeccable three. LeBron James at 40 years old, he's still dunking, going crazy. Who will watch the NBA? I'm talking about when there's no back. Let's see some. Let's look at the Lakers roster. You see how many of our people. I can go to every team, but I'm not gonna do that though. Just show you some. This is the Lakers roster. Just imagine if all the so-called African Americans was gone. Just imagine all the so-called African Americans didn't participate and we all got sent out the country. I only see 2 white people. You can't even have a basketball team with them people. 1, 2. How you can even have a starting 5 with that? But the coach is white. But yet all the players that's bringing the fans, doing the best stuff on the court are our people. Now people can say that's just the Lakers. Okay, let's do the Celtics. I like the one when they show their face. Will it pull up like that? Or I might have should have stayed on that app. Let me go back. I wonder if I can do it at every team. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna do the Clippers. See if it come up. The Clippers roster. Let's see. So let's see. 1, 2. All right, let's count. Look at all these brothers. Would the NBA be the NBA without our people on the court? I mean, you can't even have a full starting 5. Now people can say, well, that's just the Clippers. Let's do the Hornets. Throwing that out there, the Hornets. Let's see about the Hornets. See if it's the same thing. All right. All right, same thing. Let's try 2 more. I'm gonna do 2 more teams. Let's try the Thunder. I'm just throwing names out there. Just throw it out there. I don't know what bro is right there. 1. All right. He look like Nicole. Yeah, 2. 4. That's the most. 4 Caucasians on the still not enough for a starting 5. The rest of the players on the team, Jake, Israelites. But would anybody watch the NBA if it was just these 4? Caruso and him and these 2? Anybody gonna watch the NBA with this with this foolery? Let me get one more team. Throw one out there. Let's get the Knicks. I guess since it's right there. One, two. But the head coach is a white man. Think about that. All these players, the star players, the best players on the court are African American, but yet the coach is a Caucasian. That even makes sense. Yeah, these players are naturally better than me. They're genetically better and stronger than me, but I'm going to be the coach and coach them to make them better players. How are you going to coach them to make them better players when they're better than you? Right? When their genetics are stronger than yours. It don't make sense. They should be coaching you how to become like them. Because you can never be like them. Just don't make sense, bro. And I'm look at it's the last. I ain't gonna look at. Let me look up how much the MLB worth. And I'm gonna get a script and I'm gonna leave. MLB. All these sports are 2.4 billion. They in the billions. All these teams in the sport. Now I just want to know. I don't really know. I don't know if they know. I want to know 2024. We the best of the best. We do this. In 2024, there were mainly Hispanic players in Major League Baseball. Some of the players included. Boom, boom. He from Santo Domingo. Bro right here from Venezuela. Bro right here from I don't know how to say that. Nicaragua. Bro right here from Mexico. Bro right here from Mexico. Bro right here from Puerto Rico. Bro right here from Puerto Rico. Bro right here from Puerto Rico. Bro right here from Cuba. Bro right here from Cuba. Bro right here from Mexico. Bro right here from Mexico. Many of the league's top young stars are Hispanic. The number of Hispanic players in the MLB continue to rise each year. So I mean, like, bro, it's proof that we're the chosen people. Would the MLB be without us? Would people watch the MLB without Hispanics? No. Without Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Cuban? No. We're the salt of the earth. They will make no money without us. So when people say that they don't need us here in this country, right? And that no, they can do it without us. We need to lead. They don't really understand what they're saying. Because even when it comes to the people buying them, the most consumers and buying stuff in these stores, it's our people, bro. We giving these people money. They need us here, bro. Let me get this last scripture and I'm gonna close out. This last scripture. Even back during the time of slavery, they knew the people they was bringing over here. They knew that the people they were bringing over here was the Israelites, and that nobody wasn't gonna be able to do what we did, and they knew they was gonna make money off us. So you get the book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savior, wherewith shall it be salted? So this is the point I want. Ye are the salt of the earth. The Bible is saying the Israelites, bro, y'all the salt of the earth. Y'all bring this earth flavor. Y'all bring America flavor. It won't be no flavor here. It won't be no music. It won't be nothing built up. It won't be no money made without y'all here in this country. Y'all make up America. Y'all have that salt. Y'all have that flavor. That's why everybody want to be like y'all. That's why everybody wants to rock the snapbacks. Everybody want to rock the jewelry, the gold. Everybody want to dress like us because we are the salt of the earth. They want to sound like us. They want to move like us. We are the salt of the earth, bro. We bring flavor to this earth, man. Right? So understand that this world wouldn't be how it would be. America wouldn't be how it would be if it wasn't for Black and Hispanic people. And this world is going to continue to crumble. America is going to continue to crumble, man, because the true Israelites, the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, all waking up to their true identity. Right. So with that, I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shemi Awashai. I say Shalom. Kum Yasharala.